Hello and welcome back to Good Dreams. Today we are playing Spyro the Dragon, brought to us by Seek Me Out with help from Sonopap, Dream Master 101, and Crusher 1007. Let's give it a shot, shall we? Spyro the Dragon was my absolute favorite game as a child. It was pretty much the game that got me started with video games as a young little kid on a PlayStation 1. I remember playing it for years and never beat it because I was absolutely terrible at video games when I was young. And I don't think I ever beat Spyro the Dragon until much later on when I replayed it as a teenager on the PlayStation Portable, which was pretty cool to do. And it pretty much, Spyro the Dragon, despite it being hard for me as a kid, ignited, haha, puns, my passion for video games and development and discussion and reviewing and anything involving tech and digital medium, to be honest. And it pretty much is a big part of who I am today. I gotta thank this purple little dragon for that. So I'm happy to see love for it being paid for in Dreams, and also the Reignited trilogy that recently came out by Activision. Absolutely blew my mind away. I never thought we would see Spyro the Dragon recreated on next-gen platforms. I thought he was a gone and forgotten game that would just rot and be totally ignored and butchered by Activision with their what was it? That horrible Skylanders version, yes, where he looked like a methed out Spyro the Dragon appeared. And I was like, oh no, what have you done to my child? But they seem to have acknowledged their mistakes and have fixed the issue. And it's funnily enough, they had the same developers, Toys for Bob's, work on the Ignited trilogy, and thankfully they fixed it. They did not give us Skylanders Spyro. They gave us the OG skateboarding mohawk wearing Spyro. And that's the one that wins my heart. And as far as this level goes, it's pretty well made. I mean, the movement is good, but it's a little off. You can tell it's a little, I would say, floaty, and it doesn't feel one-to-one like the real game. But it's pretty dang close. I think it's definitely the closest representation we have inside of Dreams so far. Can we get up there? Yeah, we can. Cool. Let's see. We got all the classic moves. We got the breathing fire. And we got the gliding ability, which, let's see, let's show that off. Where are we going to glide to? Probably get this purple gem over there. Oh yeah, that works pretty smooth. And a little tail flapping when he glides, just like the real deal. I appreciate that. Let's see if we can get 100%. I loved trying to acquire 100% in all the Spyro games. Eventually did it for every one of them. 1, 2, and 3. Those are only the real Spyro games, if you ask me. And yeah, just so much classic fun. Like, it's a very simple game, right? Most of the characters are 1 to 2 hit kills. Really, you're just collecting gems the entire time and chasing after those stupid little egg thieves. And we get a little more complex gameplay in the second and third ones when we get a whole lot of mini games and different characters. But the core Spyro gameplay is just Spyro running around, collecting his gems, taking out bowls, and flaming little troll guys. Like, I like the controls, but like the running is just slightly off. It's hard to describe what's wrong with it. Like I said, I think it's floaty. It's just not as responsive as you would expect it to be. But still, great effort. And I appreciate the time and effort gone into this. Graphic wise, it's great. Like if the Spyro Ignited trilogy did not come out, and this is what we had to work with, my mind would be blown. I'd be like, this is what Spyro looks like in HD. This is amazing. But thankfully we don't have to imagine what he would look like in HD because we got the official game. We got the whole trilogy remade, which is just great. Absolutely amazed. That's a thing. Who knows, maybe we'll get a new Spyro. Maybe we'll get a Spyro 4. Just like Crash is getting his next game. A full sequel for Crash Bandicoot 4 is coming this fall by Activision. Which is also unheard of, like I did not imagine that would ever happen. But apparently the remake sold so well. It's happening, guys. It's happening. The Spyro, and hopefully Spyro's not far behind, because I would pre-order all the Spyro copies if a 4 version ever released. Wow, apparently that didn't work. Yeah, and I don't even know where they'd go with it. I guess they could introduce maybe some new dragons, maybe a love interest. I don't know if Spyro's ever had a love interest in the non-trilogy games, but it'd be interesting to see where they could take a Spyro 4 if they do go in that direction. Heck, maybe they could do some VR support, run around as a dragon. Sure would please all the furry fans, and I guess we call them scalies, right? The furries that like to be reptiles are known as scalies, not furries. Not that I consider myself a furry, but if there was a VR Spyro, I wouldn't shake my head at that. Just saying. I would like to be a purple little dragon. Purple is definitely my favorite color too. No wonder why. Not a very shocker. How do we get this one? That one looks challenging. Probably have to glide to it. Let's go up here. Glide. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. See, that felt really good. That felt classic Spyro gameplay. If you have played Spyro and any of the original games, be sure to comment in the video below which is your favorite. I mean, it's hard to beat the first one because of nostalgia and classic reasons, right? But I definitely love Spyro 3 because it has skateboarding Spyro. How could you not love that, right? Man, the Spyro on a skateboard, it's just so perfect. I love it. And the Spyro skateboard levels are actually really impressive. Like the amount of tricks and combos you can do pretty much gave Tony Hawk a run for its money, if you ask me, in the skateboarding genre department, which is amazing because it's just like a tiny little mini game. It only has like 2 levels. So the fact that Insomniac Games just basically showed up Tony Hawk with a game inside a game just makes me laugh so much. Insomniac Games is great. I mean, they're obviously like a top tier developer and one of my favorites. Not only they made Spyro, but they made the incredible PlayStation 4 Spider-Man, which is mind-blowing. I think that's the best game on a PlayStation 4 this current gen. And even before that, they made Resistance Fall of Man, which is one of my favorite games from the PlayStation 3. Loved Resistance 1. Played that, like I literally beat Resistance 1 probably a dozen times, the campaign. I loved it so much. And man, I didn't like Resistance 2 as much. I thought that really, I don't know, man, it went really cartoony of graphics and off the rails. It's still an interesting story. Like, spoiler alert, they killed off Nathan Hale, which was a little weird. I forget who the guy who took over was. Was it Joel? I don't even remember. Bald, weird guy, Marine. He was alright. He did a good job in the third one, I guess. Resistance 3 was interesting. It was a lot. It had a similar like Last of Us vibe even before Last of Us came out. It was like this dark and gritty take on the survival genre, and it was cool. I mean, it was a little forgettable, but it was cool. Again, I think it missed the mark, sadly, but it was still nice, and I hope one day we get another Resist. Man, I just apparently doesn't want to live flying off that cliff. I hope we get a Resistance 4 one day. Get Insomniac to revisit that when they get bored. Making a whole bunch of Spider-Man games, which I'm sure they'll be slated to do for the very immediate future. And yeah, who knows, maybe we'll see a different developer take on Resistance. Because that tends to be what happens with Insomniac's games. They start something really cool, like Spyro or Ratchet, and then they hand it off to another developer to do. Or Sony, I guess, is the one who's in control and gives the reins to someone else. 88, only 12 more. I'm closing in on this. Just gotta remember not to fall off the cliff, because apparently Spyro can't survive long jumps in this game, which is very disappointing. Because he can totally glide indefinitely. He'll float down, but he can totally survive even the largest jumps. But yeah, I would love to see Insomniac, or even Sony. Maybe Sony could do a VR Resistance in the future. I think Resistance has a lot of potential, untapped potential. The story's really cool. I think it launched right next to Gears, and I thought it was the better of the two alien genre shooters. So, it'd be nice to give Resistance storyline another shot, because I think it was way more fun than Killzone. The multiplayer wasn't, but the story was way better. So hopefully we get, like, man, if they gave us, not that it would happen, but if they give us The Last of Us, Naughty Dog creation of Resistance, that would be dope. And I think we just broke the game. No! We are trapped. With only 6 more to go, that's disappointing. Yeah, we're straight up trapped. Is there a way to reset? Rewind. Oh no, I lost all my claims. We are 4 away. Oh well. We're not going to do that again. We're gonna wrap it up. But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed Spyro, let us know what was your favorite in the comments below. For now though, sweet dreams everybody.